Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to my review for the 4K of ROBOCOP. Yes, the film. So this isn't a review of the movie because ROBOCOP is one of my favourite films of all time. I grew up with it. I was there in 1987 when it came out. I was young, shouldn't have seen it, this sort of thing. And I think the character of ROBOCOP is fantastic. The design is fantastic. The film is fantastic. I cannot fault the film whatsoever. So this review here is me rambling on about the 4K transfer of this film. Now, I will say that even though I've got the Blu-ray that came out of this, that came out a year or so ago, I never watched it. So I'm straight into the 4K version. Yep, so this is based on that. So no comparison in that sense, right? So I don't know how that looks or that sort of thing. So, what can I say? I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy with this release. I wasn't happy with the transfer. Now, I have a 75-inch TV, big one. 4K TV. The sound system, I ain't got a sound system per se. I've got a sound bar, and that's it, because I'm not that technical and that sort of a thing. The sound, it sounded good out of the sound bar. I can't knock that, but I can't really say anything beyond that about the sound. But my issues with it go far deeper. Now, I started watching it, and obviously, if you remember, the film does open with news broadcasts and a few adverts before we get into the film. Now, during those scenes of the news broadcasts, the picture looked awful. It looked like I've never seen it before. It looked like I was shocked. I don't know if my expectation for it being a 4K was crisp and clean, maybe a bit of grain, this sort of a thing. It looked bad, right? Then you got into the film itself, the proper filmic shot scenes. Because obviously those scenes are meant to be as though they're being viewed on a TV, if you get what I'm saying, like the camera's looking at a TV, looking at them, very much like that sort of a thing. When the film started, there was a crisp cleanliness to it, right? But whenever it cut away to these cutaways, the adverts or the news reports, it went to this nastiness again. And it got me thinking, right? Now, I started thinking, it detracted from the film for me. It took me out of the film, what I was watching, right? And I thought to myself, Christ, I've never had this with ROBOCOP. I've never been taken out of the film by something like this. And this is what the 4K was doing to me. It was taking me out of the film as opposed to pulling me into the film, right? So it got me thinking that, do all films need a 4K transfer, right? I don't think that this film, ROBOCOP, has benefited from a 4K transfer, I'll be honest. I think that ROBOCOP is obviously, it wasn't an overly expensive film at the time it came out. It sort of relied on a lot of sort of guerrilla filmmaking and this sort of thing. There is a sort of cheapness to it when you watch it, you know, and in that, the sort of grittiness that you got in the filmmaking works for the film from what we saw before, like the standard Blu-ray copy and this sort of a thing. I think that I'm not impressed with this transfer. That's all I'm saying, right? Now, that's my opinion. Some other people might look at it and say, yeah, fantastic. I'm not saying fantastic, right? My opinion, it didn't work for me. It detracted me. I don't think the picture needs to be crisp and clear. You know, it needs to feel sort of a rougher kind of edge to the picture to sort of to embrace the filming and how the film was made and the feel of the film, that sort of grittiness of the film itself. So anyway, so that's it. Just my little chat, my little blurb about the 4K transfer of ROBOCOP. I will say that I am sending my 4K version back. I'm not interested in it at all. I'll stick with what I had prior, which, like I said, I do have the 4K on the Blu-ray that they done a year and a bit ago. Obviously, I'm keeping that because it's exactly the same packaging whatsoever, but I haven't looked at that version, so I don't know if I'm going to feel the same with that. I think that version was a 1080p, this was a 2160 or something like that, P. Again, those numbers mean nothing to me, only that a 1080p is high and a 2160 is even higher. Yeah, so, but, so I mean, I take it means it's crisper and this sort of thing. I don't know, I'm not that inclined with what this stuff means. But anyway, so that's it. That's me done. That's my little chat, my little moan about this ROBOCOP 4K. Love it or hate it, let me know down below in the comments. While you're there, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, bam, bam, bam. You're done. We're all done. I'll buy that for $1. See you later all. Goodbye.